Welcome to Beauty in the Air. So many people have literally cried after the procedure, and I'm there crying with them. She said she needed to go home and take a Xanax, so she did. I still try to thread the needle in, and they're just yapping away.
Welcome back to Beauty in the Air. Today I'm flipping the script and interviewing our very own Dr. Walters. Not only is she my favorite injector, she's actually a top 25 PDO Thread specialist in the whole country. Let's get into it because we've got threads, stories, and surprises for you today.
Hi, Sam. Thank you for having me on my podcast.
So, what does being a top 25 specialist really mean in threads? Do you get a crown, a sash, a free coffee? What's it like?
I wish. Oh my gosh. Or I would just take a free thread procedure because it'd be kind of hard for me to do it on myself. But I truly think it's an amazing procedure with beautiful results and very minimal downtime. But yeah, truly an honor. I was awarded by PDO Max as one of their top 25 providers. It is an advanced procedure, and it's something that I really, I'm really proud of.
You should be. I've seen you do it, and it looks like an advanced procedure. It looks hard. It's really impressive.
Yeah, the best way I can describe it, it's all feel. So it's kind of like a hard skill to learn and to teach. But after doing so many, you get the hang of it like anything else.
That makes sense. And then for people that have no idea what PDO threads are, how do you explain it to your clients in like a fun and not boring or scary way?
Oh, yeah. I don't know about scary, but the way I describe it, barbed threads, they're like sutures, like suture material. Have you ever, I don't know, gone to the ER, got a cut, and then they had to sew you back together? Same material as that. But these threads have hooks on them, kind of like barbed wire. That's why they're called barbed threads. And I just insert the threads strategically to pull and lift sagging skin. And the hooks literally just hook inside your skin to pull up and back.
Okay.
Yeah, so the threads are fully absorbable. They dissolve underneath the skin. What I love about it is that the results are instant and results are totally natural. It's not like I'm adding volume or changing the shape of your face. We're just lifting natural volume that was, once high and lifted. We're lifting it back into place before gravity and collagen loss got involved.
I love it, and I've definitely seen it with my own eyes in the treatment room. It really is an instant result, and I know it's brought people to tears in a good way.
Yeah, I love it too as a provider because so many times I do Botox and filler on people, and I don't even see them for another 3 or 6 months, so it's hard for me to really see the end result. But with threads, you kind of see it right away, minus some swelling, but you kind of get the gist of it right away.
I love that. Why did you start doing threads? You could have just stuck with Botox. You are the Botox queen, but what made you fall in love with this treatment?
I was really hesitant to do the threads at first. One of my business advisors actually recommended that I do the threads, and I was like, oh no, that looks way too intense. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't know what I'm doing. And she goes, no, Dr. Walters, you'd be really good at it. I could just tell by your personality, you're so detail oriented and you're such a perfectionist that this is a skill that I think you could really master. And there's truly a need for it in this industry because not everyone wants to get a facelift and not everyone is a candidate for a facelift. So the threads is a nice in between. Granted, you can lift or give an illusion of a lift with Botox and filler, but every single patient that has ever walked into my med spa has literally done this. They pull their skin up and back. If only I could just lift this up and back. Do you have some tape? Because I really want to just tape my jowls back. There is tape, but I wouldn't advise that. But I said, I really need a good solution for this. And this is back when Voluma first came out on the market and everyone was getting like maleficent cheekbones because injectors were just overfilling like crazy the cheekbones to try to get the skin to lift. But it's not lifting. All you're doing is just adding a ridiculous amount of volume to the cheeks and you still got jowls. So people were upset.
That's such a good point. I love that threads are just, it's all natural. I mean, it's a natural lift.
Yeah.
What is the coolest transformation you've done with PDO threads? Any stories that really stick out to you?
I mean, I've had so many, but you kind of mentioned it already. I mean, so many people have literally cried after the procedure and I'm there crying with them. I'm just so happy to be part of their whole transformation journey and helping them with their confidence. Recently, I've been doing a lot of I call it the double chin thread. It's one kind of like in a U shape, and I just kind of like a sling, like pull up and back that like double chin area. And I swear, like the last 3 I've done, all 3 patients have cried afterward and said, "Oh my gosh, like I'm so self-conscious of this area, and I can't believe that it looks better." You know, it's amazing. It really is heartwarming.
I love it. I know it's made me cry in a good way.
Yeah, for sure. And I think people are really shocked on how little discomfort it is and the little amount of downtime, but especially with the double chin thread, because that one looks intimidating too. But no, I think people are just overall, they're just like, wow, this is an amazing procedure. I wish I would have done it sooner.
I love too, you always say, and it's so true, the numbing is the worst part. The actual procedure.
It is. Yeah.
Totally fine. And then completely like going on the opposite end of the spectrum, have you had any like really funny reactions like mid thread lift?
Oh my gosh. I mean, this is gonna like not sell the threads very well, but I did have one lady, like she just like said she couldn't handle the numbing injection, so she like got up and left. That is very rare. Now, I've done so many people. That was just one lady, and she just, I don't know, she said she needed to go home and take a Xanax, so she did. It is very well tolerated. I've personally had PDO threads before. I still think lip filler is the most painful out of all the services I offer. I think the threads, it's very well tolerated. You just have to get past the numbing part.
Okay, that makes sense. Has anyone, because I know people have tried to do this with me with microneedling, things like that. Has anybody tried talking to you while you're trying to do the thread lift?
I know, and I'm so polite. I just like don't even say. I still try to thread the needle in, and they're just yapping away.
So like put one hand over the mouth, and then just kidding.
I know. Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know what I say. I think I just stay really quiet and I try to keep going. Or whenever they pause to like breathe, then I go further.
Are there any like crazy myths out there that just aren't true and that drive you nuts?
Yeah, there's a couple. The first one that comes to my mind, there's a lot of plastic surgeons out there that just hate the idea of PDO threads. I don't know why. Like I said, not everyone is a plastic surgery candidate, or not everyone wants to have plastic surgery. But, they'll say that if you get PDO threads, that you are... it makes having a facelift down the road more complicated. Now, do you see how I worded that? It's not that you're not a candidate, and it's not that like they're gonna turn you down for it, but it makes their job harder, I guess. But here's the thing: they're saying that because of the collagen stimulation or the scar tissue that you're producing from when you thread the cannulas into the skin, but technically you kind of get the same thing when you're doing fillers. And if you look at these plastic surgeons that are talking smack about PDO threads, they're offering fillers. Like, why are they doing Botox and fillers in their practices if it's like is so bad for plastic surgery down the road?
I think they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah. To each his own. And, the purpose of the thread is to prolong the need of a facelift or prolong the need or just not get one, Now, I will be very honest with people if they have unrealistic expectations or they want a one and done type procedure or like a super dramatic result, this procedure is not for you. It's a very in between. The benefits is that it gives you that instant lift and minimal downtime. But if you want a brand new face, then by all means go see the plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say that myth really bothers me because I do know plastic surgeons that still will do a facelift even if you've had PDO threads. And then also a lot of people even if you go on like realself.com, mm-hmm. I think threads, it's slightly higher than a 50%, like where people are, I would say it's probably like 60% or 70% satisfaction score, which is pretty good on there. But a lot of people on there say that like they didn't notice a result or results didn't last. Again, you just have to have realistic expectations. I definitely think you will see a result, and depending on the quality of your skin and how you take care of your skin and, your everyday lifestyle, it just kind of depends on how long it'll last. But I don't really do these procedures with the intent of, okay, we're going to do this and this is going to last 1 year and then you're going to come back and like a formula. It's just all part of your overall skin health and anti-aging, and you just kind of go by how your skin needs.
Yeah, I've seen it too. Some people like yearly, some people like to come in more frequently for them. I think, yeah.
I've had people say it lasted up to 2 years.
Yeah,
I mean, it just kind of depends. Even fillers are lasting years and years. I think we're still, aesthetic medicine is evolving and we're still kind of learning. I mean, these procedures, they've been around for decades, but in the grand scheme of medicine, it's actually not that long.
That's a really good point. Something that I feel like people ask all the time, can you feel the threads in your face?
You shouldn't be able to. Now, these threads, like I mentioned, they absorb in the body and turn into natural collagen, and that's what maintains the hold. But if you're like 1 week after your thread procedure and you're like mashing on your skin, trying to feel for it, yeah, you'll feel it, but they will absorb over time. And you shouldn't see or feel the threads. If you see the thread, it's placed too superficial, it probably needs to be removed. But also kind of what I like about the threads, I mean, worst case scenario, it's going to absorb and then your skin's going to go back to the way it was, like if you were unhappy with your results for any reason.
That makes sense, and I feel like it's all just your own natural face. So
yeah.
And then we're talking about the face so much. Are there other areas that you can use threads on?
There are, and some people do the lifting threads on the body. I haven't quite mastered that. I don't know. Maybe I need to practice it more, but on the body, I actually do what's called the smoothing threads, and those tighten the skin and produce collagen. So for people that have a lot of like crepiness or texture or just like like the vertical lines that you see with age. So I do it a lot on the arms, the abdomen, the knees, the neck. Really anywhere that's skin, you can place a smoothing PDO thread.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I feel like with bikini season and stuff here too, I feel like that's really handy.
I know. I've treated a lot of moms with their sagging belly skin from their pregnancies. And it's been a great way just to tighten the skin. Another alternative, I know there's lasers out there, but for men or women with a darker skin complexion, they're not always a laser candidate. So the threads, they don't see color, which is nice and a good candidate for anyone.
That would be a really good option for them. And then I want to talk to you more too about being a top 25 provider in the country. What does that mean, like in our industry? Can you tell me more about that?
I think it really does. I hate like bragging about myself, but I think it really does kind of position me as kind of an industry expert. Not everyone does PDO threads because it's an advanced skill. So I do, if I've mastered one of the hardest skill sets in the industry, I feel like I'm pretty good at Botox and filler as well. I have a really good, a steady hand and a good aesthetic eye. It shows my dedication to learn and offer services that I'm confident in. Kind of like how I mentioned that business advisor I had, that I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I actually did 3 advanced one-on-one trainings with PDO Max, which their training process is amazing. And not only did I train with them, I took everything home with me. I really studied the process. It's a really good way too when you're learning something new is taking before and after photos. I took before and after photos on everyone, and that's the best way to learn. And sometimes I'm looking at my before and afters from 5 years ago. I'm like, oh, I can't believe anyone actually ever saw me. Like, that result was not good. But you kind of learn just from your mistakes, or you just learn from practicing. That's why it's called practicing medicine. But yeah, no, just practice makes perfect.
And then, do you ever look up to other injectors, or look at their work and think that you could have done it better?
Well, I won't do that with other injectors because I'm not even trying to compete with anyone else. I'm in competition with myself, and I'm trying to be the best provider than I can be. So kind of like how I mentioned with looking back at previous before and afters, I'm just constantly trying to learn the best techniques and, keep up with the advancements in the industry and just make sure I can provide the best care. I want everyone not only to be safe, but be happy with their results and have long-lasting results that are natural and beautiful. And people that I look up to, gosh, I don't know, everyone, anyone, I don't know. It's not an easy field. Anyone that thinks oh, you have a fun, anyone who thinks this is a side hustle or oh yeah, your job is fun, not stressful at all. You just make people pretty all day. It is very stressful. It's a lot of pressure. You're dealing with people's faces and their confidence in these procedures. It's an investment. So I really take it seriously.
Absolutely. And yeah, I feel like a lot of times people are coming in because they're needing a confidence boost too, and they're looking to you for help. So that is a lot of pressure.
It is. Yeah, totally.
And speaking of confidence, we're talking a lot about confidence and how it makes people more confident when they get the thread lifts. But beyond looks, what else? How else does the thread lift impact them?
Oh my gosh, besides looks, I think people just, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this. Do you have an answer for it?
I don't know. I feel like you can I notice people just, their confidence changes their attitude entirely. They're just happier, they're nicer. Not that we have mean people that come in here, but you can just tell they're more talkative, they're bubbly. You can just really see the confidence.
That's true.
Just internally.
And with social media, taking photos, it's such a big part of our culture today. And people that do get these services and they're happy with their results, they're more likely to post about themselves or take a photo or join a dating app. It is life-changing overall.
They say look good, feel good, and that's so true.
Yeah.
And they're just more outgoing, and
for sure.
Makes me happy. If somebody's listening right now and they're really curious about threads and you could only tell them one thing, what would you want them to know?
Come in for a consultation. I don't know. A lot of people are going to be a candidate for threads, but I will be so honest if you're not. If we can achieve your goals with, filler or Botox or laser or some of your services, Sam, skincare even, there's more than one way to go about this. Multiple modalities is best, but I do like to prioritize, like in our get to know you consultations, I will kind of discuss all the treatment options that are available to the patient, what they're a good candidate for, and I'll prioritize, okay, I think this is what we should do first because it's going to meet most of your goals and it's going to be the quickest, and then kind of from there. But yeah, I mean, don't be scared. Just come in for a consultation. I have plenty of before and after photos. I'm a wealth of knowledge. I can.
And you've had it done yourself too.
I have. Yes, and that is so people. I kind of got like a lot of not a lot, but I got some negative feedback for getting that PDO thread lift on my face because a lot of people are like, you don't need that. Why do you keep messing with your face? And it's like mostly market research. Like, how can I provide a service if I've never had it done and I can't give firsthand experience on like what it feels like, what to expect afterward, what the results are going to look like? Do the results even look good? Because I'm not going to do something that's going to make people look bad or worse. So definitely, come to me because I'll give you all the details.
Yeah, I think it's amazing that you did that. And that's just a better way of keeping the patient comfortable.
Yeah.
Because you know exactly what to expect.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've had some procedures in the past where the medical provider has not tried the procedure before and like gave me very, very little to know like how to mentally prepare for the aftermath. Like, I know he won't be listening, but there's a plastic surgeon. I went to his office to get the halo done, the laser, and it was a really aggressive laser. I actually got in my car afterward and had a panic attack afterward because I felt like my face was on fire. But like everyone was so chill in the office, like, okay, bye, we'll see you later. And then like I just like I don't think I could even drive home. I think I called a friend to come pick me up. But like I wish someone would have told me that and I could have better mentally prepared or maybe asked for an ice pack or with that lady like running out to get a Xanax, I probably would have told someone I needed to run out and get a Xanax or something. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like if you're going to offer these services, you should try them.
And I know that comfort is really important to you too. I know that every service that we offer here is pretty comfortable. I mean, that is one thing that you feel strongly about. You don't like people to be uncomfortable and to have a ton of downtime. So I think the threads definitely falls into that category. For sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for the questions, Sam. Anyway, if anyone out there is listening and you're interested in a PDO thread procedure, I offer it in our both locations, Aire MedSpa, Sarasota, or Aire MedSpa, Lakewood Ranch. Please call, text, or go online to our website, airemedspa.com, to book an appointment. And thanks for hanging out with us on Beauty in the Air. Until next time, look and feel like a millionaire.